still cordoned off.
Daru,
aren't you gonna check out Radican? No point. Can't get close. I've been following the news online though. There's already 100 threads about it on 8channel. It's huge, man. Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. We enter Daibiru and take the elevator to the 5th floor AATF Assembly Hall. Yeah, I feel that AC. I'm alive. Unlike the lab, Daibiru has air conditioning. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar. About the phone wave. I might have found our answer. Can I call it at any time? No. I cannot call these unless... You know, that name subject to change thing is really annoying. I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name. Well, I've already given up on it, Rintaro, so how about you go clap off? Now's not the time. So what's your latest ridiculous theory? What do you mean ridiculous? My genius brain considers every possibility, even though the lesser mind would say breaks the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous. So basically, you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. You can't call that science. Daru, I have a hunch. Breakfast, dinner, and lunch would be so much fun to munch if we had it with crunch. Maybe the key to opening Steins gate. Steins what? You lost me back in ridiculous, man. A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator... I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling. I'm sorry. I knew it. I fucking knew it. She's alive. What? It's a girl. And I recognize her. You... Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl 3 hours ago. Marquise Karisu. Is there something wrong? Karisu frowns and tries to back away, but I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens. Ow! You should be dead. Why are you here? And you're even... There isn't a single blood stain on her clothes. And they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not a scratch. Hey, that hurts. Let me go. Karisu pushes me away, and she shoots me a wary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief. What's wrong with you? You're okay? But that's impossible. Someone stabbed you. I saw you lying in a pool of blood. That again? Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he just said. What do you mean again? I mean, you sent me that email like a week ago, right?
俺が
I sent you an email.
何をバカな
Don't be ridiculous. I saw her dead just 3 hours ago.
ちょっと勝手に殺さないでくれますか？私ピンピンしてますんで。
Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine.
そういえばあのメール
You know, that message was kinda weird.
送信
It
日
was
時が1週
dated
間
a
後になって
week
た
after I got it, which means it came from the future.
未来から来た。
It came from the future.
ネットで妙な考察サイトでも見たのか誰お前がとんでも理論を言い
That
出すの
sounds like
珍し
something
い
you'd read on the internet, Daru. It's rare for you to talk about ridiculous theories.
違うがな
No, the
確かにメ
date
ールの
was
日付は
definitely a
1
week
週間
later.
後
It
の
came from the 28th.
28
Wait, that's
あ、
today.
そっか
Daru pulls out
28
his
日だか
phone
ら
and
今
shows
日
it
じゃ
to
ん
me. Received July 21st, 1256. Sent July 28th, 1254. Subject trouble from Okarin. Someone stab. Someone stab! Ugh! He received it on the 21st. Who's that? Scientist. Timidly reach out to Carisu's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. Feels silky. Quite the cuticles.
ある
Substance. She has substance. Of
Yeah,
course
I-
she's not a ghost.
幽
How
霊だと
silly
いう
of
のは
me.
考え
She is going to punch you in the dick.
オカリン
Margarine, I don't think that's a good idea. I poke Carisu's cheeks with my fingers. Such softness. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
おい。
Hey! Wait a minute. We already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted that she had substance? That's just proof of how confused I am. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radicon? What was that scream I heard? Were they hallucinations? Just like that mass disappearance? That's right. She was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. Oh no, I am scared. This is turning into a white chick scenario. This requires further investigation. I grab the hem of her blouse and slowly lift it.
己は警察に突き出されたいのか？
What is happening? Are you trying to get yourself arrested?
俺は
I just want to know the truth. I stare straight back at Karisu as she trembles with anger and lift her blouse a little higher.
何が真実よ、この変
What
態！
truth, you
バカなの？
perv, you
死ぬの？
stupid? Wanna die? She pushes my hand away.
ルイスちゃんの名台詞来たこれ
Louis Chan's famous line for the win. Who? The main heroine of the anime The Familiar of Ten, a tsundere. Her voice actress is the queen of tsundere, Sugimiya Rie. nicknamed Sugyu. Daru shouts something silly, but I ignore him and press Kurisu.
俺は確かに見たのだ
I know what I saw.
まさかあんた今
No
私
way.
の下着を
Did you just see my under... Oh my gosh! Steve... Steve, where are you? Kurisu's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse down.
この手の目が
No,
そうではない
you fool, not that. Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabashi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw. Wait,
ドクター
Dr. Nakabachi?
オカリン何言ってるん
What are you talking about,
中鉢の
Karin?
発表会なら中止に
Dr.
なったじゃん
Nakabashi's presentation was canceled.
中止
Canceled?
そう
Yeah,
人工衛
because
星の
of the
墜落で
satellite crash. Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Mayuri's story didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
ねえちょっとあなた
Excuse me?
我が名は
My
大
name
院京馬
is
だ
Hoyun Kayuma.
違うよ全
Really,
然違うよ
man? You're hopeless.
ほーいんさん今の話
Okay, Hoyun
詳し
san.
く教えてほしいんですが
I'd like to hear your story in more detail. Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. Japanese employ a system of name suffixes that define the speaker's relationship of the addressee. The common honorifics are as follows. San, the most common honorific, used with strangers, people of equal status, and in general whenever one needs to be polite. When used after the given name, Kayuma-san, it indicates a closer relationship. Kun, an informal name suffix generally used for male friends or male subordinates. Also used by males towards female subordinates in professional environments. Chan, a diminutive suffix that indicates high affection, usually used for small children, young girls, or between close female friends. Tan, an even more diminutive version of the chan suffix, most often used for fictional characters, especially anthropomorphizations for added cuteness. Shi, a literary honorific generally used by formal publications such as newspapers. Such otaku, such as Daru, use shi regularly. So it would be like Kiyomashi, yeah? Let's just save over this again. Wait! Shit! I should have saved it in a new one since I'd made this one before I made the... I'm a dummy. We're gonna have to do so if that actually had some sort of play on what ends up happening, I'm gonna have to go back further. Damn. But I still don't understand why memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Just then, an older man steps out of the assembly hall.
マキセさん、そろそろ時間ですし、
Makisa-san,
始めましょう。
it's almost time.
あ
Huh?
はい
All right. Thank you. Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
オカリンとりあえず僕らも行こうぜ
We should go too.
行くとはどういう
But
意味
where?
講義を聞きに
To
来たん
hear
だ
the
ろ
lecture, duh. Ah, that. Daru follows after Kurisu. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Makisa Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this? She's giving the lecture, isn't she? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture.
今日は 私のような
I'd like to
宅配
thank
物の話を
everyone
聞
for
きに来て
coming
くださ
to
って
hear me
あ
speak
りがとう
today.
講義をする方だったの
She's the one giving the lecture. Japan's just... My brain. Why? Japan's famous girl genius. Japan's famous girl genius, Makise Kurisu, who had her first thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in a Gossip magazine article. That's when he told me she was going to be a guest at ATF. I'd forgotten all about that. It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous. The audience is pretty mixed. Mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Lucy just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? You touched her face, fondled her hair, and then tried to strip her down, you fucking weirdo. When I returned her stares, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or what. I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned at Radicon how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct. For today's lecture, I've been asked to speak on the subject of time travel. It's not really my area of expertise, but I'll try my best. Time travel? Oh. Let me start by saying that time travel is an absurd concept. Objection! What? Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's drivel. It's presumptuous for you to claim that time travel is absurd. Okarin, you magnificent fool. Sitting at my side, Dara throws me a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away. Okay. It's fine, I guess. It'll be easier to talk in a discussion format. Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed. But before that, please listen to my thoughts on the subject. Scientists have proposed many theoretical models of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that bear mentioning. 11? What are the major theories of time travel? I've heard about the cosmic string theory, at least. The 11 theories. 1. Neutron star theory. 2. Black hole theory. 3. Lightspeed theory. Tachyon theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory, cosmic string theory, quantum gravity theory, cesium laser theory, elementary particle ring and laser theory, Dirac antiparticle theory. Well, I've heard of very few of these. Not bad. Perhaps Miss Makise Kurisu is a worthy rival after all. However, all of these models are purely theoretical. Some of them even contradict each other. Well, yeah, of course, if you have multiple theories that are not proven, then some of them are going to contradict. That's how science works. Until we figure out which one is provable and you can perform an experiment that can show the results consistently, that you can have as many theories as you want. It's just a theory until somebody can put a hypothesis to it and can find a testable thing. Well, what if someone comes up with a 12th model? Right, well, it could be contradicted by the 13th model, now couldn't it? Damn, she twisted my question and used it against me. Touché, genius girl. Suddenly, I feel eyes on me. Some puffed up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now. By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity, which I know. Refers to both Einstein's special theory of relativity, published in 1905, and his general theory of relativities, published in 1916, represented by the famous equation E equals mc squared. The special theory of relativity is defined by the following axioms. Objects cannot travel faster than the speed of light. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the passage of time approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, length approaches zero. As velocity approaches... oh gosh, what did I do? Oh, I went back to that. As velocity approaches the speed of light, mass approaches infinity. The general theory of relativity adds the following axioms. In the presence of large gravitational fields, the passage of time slows down. In the presence of large gravitational fields, space curves. In the presence of large gravitational fields, mass increases. I'm aware of all of that. Haha! For example, let's say someone were to go to Haneda Airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon arrival, that person would be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am. What does that mean? According to the special theory of relativity, time moves slower for objects as they approach the speed of light. For example, if you could run at near the speed of light, you could reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. If you were to keep running at that speed for 24 hours, 48 hours would elapse in the rest of the world, meaning you would jump one day into the future. Understand, Hoyoin Kayoma? Oh, she got you there. This is the astronaut theory. Someone that takes a pair of twins that were born at the same period of time and puts one of them in a capsule up to space, and they stay up in space for one full revolution, and when they come back down, that child would actually be younger than the one that stayed on Earth. I'm bastardizing it a little bit because don't want to go into too much, but gah! Why are you singling me out? Because you attacked her, you dummy. I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makise Kurisu wants to pick a fight. Wish that she hadn't said that name in front of so many people. It's too great a risk to let others know my true name. You're the one that gave it out, you fool. But that's not really... oh, it's the professor. That's not really time travel, is it? Now a professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makise Kurisu's example isn't strictly time travel per se. But I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience. Yes, you're right. Genius girl readily concedes the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. And yet Makise Kurisu is giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I can take this guy on. Then what about going to the past? Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky at night. You can see light from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you? That's not time travel either. This time it's a nearby student who objects. Well, I was just getting started. Is it just me, or did Kurisu just look a little nervous there? Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need? The best candidates for this are cosmic strings and wormholes. A cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass. String-shaped crevice? That must be how they enter our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist? Fuck yeah, more shit to learn. The smallest unit of matter. However, the definition of what constitutes an elementary particle is unclear. Certain elementary particles have a corresponding antiparticle with opposite charge. The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle, and at least as long as the diameter of the galaxy. It has immense mass, so it distorts space and time. If you were to travel through that distortion, you could make a full circle around the string in less than 360 degrees. In short, you can do something resembling a warp. This is called a space-time angular deficit. When you pass through an area at angular deficit, transit time becomes 0. Now we apply this to a cosmic string moving at near light speed. According to the special theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to its surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit would cause the transit time to become negative instead of 0. In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit. If you use 2 cosmic strings, you can do a space deficit jump. If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving. And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings. Superstring theory. In physics, the theory that matter in the universe is composed of strings, the vibrations of which manifest the elementary particles. This theory, which posits 11 dimensions, is currently impossible to prove experimentally. However, it is said that if this theory is proven, it will explain all phenomena from the birth and scope of the universe on the macro level to elementary particles like quarks on the micro level. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstrings. Now then, you need 3 things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. First, the cosmic strings themselves. 2 strings to be exact. By the way they are hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, they might be a little too hard to find. Second, you would need the energy required to make them move at near light speed. 1.21 gigawatts originates from a 1980s trilogy of Hollywood movie about time machines and time paradoxes. In the first movie, the inventor of the time machine said that it needed 1.21 gigawatts of power to travel through time. In reality, the unit gigawatt does not exist. The scriptwriter made a spelling mistake. The correct unit is a gigawatt. I'm aware of that. How much energy do you think you need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way to near the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a little more than 1.21 gigawatts. This earns a few chuckles from the audience. Third, you'd need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning. With the time traveler alive, of course. What do you think, Huin-san? Care to take on the challenge of cosmic string time travel? Like that's even possible. Why the hell is she addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time. Looks like Huin-san doesn't want to take the challenge. In that case, let's consider wormholes. They may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. By the way, Huin-san, do you know what wormholes are? No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. It's like a shortcut through space, right? Yes, that's correct. Whew, I got it right. I sigh inwardly in relief. There are 2 wormholes joined by a tunnel. No matter how far away the wormholes are, transit time through the tunnel is 0. The wormhole collapses on itself due to its own immense gravity. But oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnel suffers from supergravity and collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the... Hold on. But we need something to negate the effect of gravity. Exotic matter. So-called exotic matter. A substance with negative mass which repulses other matter. Negative mass, huh? Like antiparticles. Antimatter. Antimatter would have negative gravity. Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like. I can't imagine what it would look like. Ugh. Karisu raises her right fist. Say that the wormhole tunnel is being squished by an invisible fist. In order to pass through, you need something that could oppose my fist's grasping force, so that I can't squish anymore. Karisu opens her fist. I was not expecting to have a physics lesson in here. If you stabilize the tunnel, but with exotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes becomes possible. To travel through time, however, takes a little more effort. For example, let's say there's a wormhole entrance here in Akihabara that exits in Los Angeles. First, we send the wormhole in LA all the way to the end of the universe, at near the speed of light. And once it's there, we yank it back to LA. How? According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than Akihabara hole. So now, if Huin-san jumped into the wormhole, he'd arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can't be called true time travel. It only seems that way. This is called the Urashima effect. In special relativity, a phenomenon originating from the fact that time slows down as an object approaches the speed of light. For example, imagine that an astronaut travels to a nearby star and back at close to the speed of light. This trip might take a few years from the astronaut's perspective, but he would return to Earth to find that thousands of years had passed in his absence. I'm also familiar with this one. The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through the wormhole once more. Since the transit time is 0, Huin-san will return to Akihabara several years in the past. Time travel complete. The prerequisites for wormhole travel are simpler than the ones for cosmic string travel. First, the wormhole itself. They may exist somewhere in the universe, but nobody has ever seen one. Second, the energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, has not been confirmed to exist. So, implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of effort. Now do you see what I meant when I said that time travel is an absurd concept? Time travel theories are all just thought experiments. Not one of them can create a viable time machine. That is my answer. Isn't there anything simpler? Like something you can pull out of a drawer and just use or something? I'm afraid not. A firm declaration. This is the limit of limit of modern physics. I can't see how it might change in 10 years though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. And that's because fundamental problems concerning the principle of causality have not yet been solved. Is that the idea of paradoxes? Scientific and philosophical principle that states that every event has a cause, and it is by that cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physicists have observed microscale phenomena that do not appear to obey the principle of causality. Sort of. You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass. The mass of the entire universe is constant. If the time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be extra mass of the time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. Didn't say what kind of danger, though. Well, yeah, it would all be speculation because we've not had any real time travel. If you think that conservation of mass applies to macro systems like the universe, or microsystems like atoms or in elementary particles, you're mistaken. What? Is that true? Oh, she got you now. She's laughing at my reaction. How mortifying. Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all. Something can come from nothing. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
では何が問題となる
Then
のか
what
ね
is the problem? The time paradox of time paradoxes. In other words, the grandfather paradox. Oh, that thing where you kill your ancestors before you were born. This is why you're not traveling into the past. As long as this paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never.
殺さなければいいんじゃないの?
What if you just don't kill them?
そんな単純な問題じゃありません。
You can't think of it like a sci-fi movie. It's not just about your family tree. There are far greater dangers than that. Really? Doesn't seem that dangerous.
矛盾が生じることは
Any paradox, no matter how small, would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence.
パラドックスは理論上の思考実験に
Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not.
だからたとえ
Nothing that has even a 0.00001% chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it.
そう考える方が
Wouldn't you say this is a logical conclusion? I don't know. If I say this statement is false, then the universe is still here, so...
多世界解釈や
There may be loopholes, like parallel worlds or self-consistency principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept. I grind my teeth. When I see Makis Karisu look at me with her composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makis Karisu truly is a genius.